Hello students, hope you all are fine at your home. So this video is for the students of class 7, subject mathematics, and in this lecture we are going to discuss the summary of chapter number 7, congruence of triangles. So let us start with the meaning of congruence. So students, we have learned in lecture number 1 that congruent objects are exact copy of one another. Okay, two objects are called congruent if and only if they have exactly the same shape and same size. The relation of two objects being congruent is called congruence. Okay, the relation of two objects being congruent. Congruent means the figures having same shape and size, or you can say they are exact copies of one another, and this relation of two objects being congruent is known as congruence. So these are the some examples of congruent figures. These two copies of a photograph of same size, they are congruent. Two coins of ₹5, they are congruent. Or two stamps, they are congruent. Okay, so these are the congruent figures, and the relation of these objects, two objects being congruent, is known as congruence. So this is the meaning of congruence. Hope it is clear. Now one more question I want to ask: how you will recognize that the two objects or figures are congruent? So the answer is, if the objects superimpose each other, superimpose means completely overlap each other, then we can say that the objects are congruent. So the method of superposition examines the congruence of plane figures. Okay, if they superimpose each other, then we can say they are congruent. After that, we have discussed congruence in line segments. Two line segments are congruent if and only if they have equal length. Okay, suppose this is a line segment and I am saying this is 5 centimeter. So this line segment is congruent to another line segment having same measurement, that is 5 centimeter. Then and only the lines are congruent. Okay, after that we have learned congruence in angles, and in congruence of angles we have learned that two angles are congruent if and only if they have same measurement. Okay, if two angles are congruent, then we can say they are equal. We write angle ABC is equal to angle PQR. That means angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. Okay, if the angles are congruent, if the angles are equal, then we can say the angles are congruent, and this is the sign of congruence. Okay, after that we have learned congruence of triangles. Okay, congruence of triangles we have learned, and in this we have learned that two triangles are called congruent if and only if they have exactly the same shape and same size. Okay, two triangles are called congruent if and only if they have exactly the same shape and same size. Now if I am taking a diagram, suppose let us take two triangles, triangle A, B, C, and triangle P, Q, R, and let us suppose this side AB is equal to side PQ and BC side is equal to QR, and this AC side is equal to PR. Okay, so these two triangles, these two adjoining diagrams, two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR, are such that if the trace copy of one triangle is placed onto the other, they fit each other exactly. That is, when one triangle is superposed to the other, they cover each other exactly. Okay, Thus these triangles have the same shape and same size, so they are congruent, and we express these triangles as this relation of congruence as triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay, it means that when we place a trace copy of triangle ABC on triangle PQR, vertex A falls on vertex P, vertex B falls on vertex Q, and vertex C on vertex R, and then side AB falls on side PQ. If we superimpose each other, then side AB falls on PQ, side BC falls on QR, and side CA, or you can say AC, falls on RP. Okay, also angle A falls on angle P, angle B falls on angle Q, and angle C falls on angle C. Thus, the order in which the vertices match automatically determines a correspondence between the sides and the angles of two triangles. It follows that if the vertex of triangle ABC match the vertices of triangle PQR in this order, that is, if vertices A matches to vertex P, B correspondence to angle Q, and C correspondence to R. Okay, if these two triangles are congruent, then all the six corresponding parts. What are the parts of a triangle? The three sides and three angles are the parts of a triangle. Okay, then if the triangles are congruent, then all the six corresponding means angle A is corresponding to P, angle B is corresponding to angle Q. Okay, the sides or angles that falls on each other, they are corresponding to each other. Okay, now AB is equal to PQ, so these are the six corresponding parts I am writing if these triangles are congruent. Three sides and three angles. Sides include AB is corresponding to PQ. Okay, side BC is corresponding to side QR. Side AC is corresponding to side PR. These are the three sides. Now come to the angles. Angle A is corresponding to angle P. Angle B is corresponding to angle Q, and angle C is corresponding to R. So, in general, if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, then all the corresponding parts will be, first I will write the three sides and then angles. Okay, corresponding parts includes three sides and three angles. So here I am writing first part, that is angle A is corresponding to angle P. Okay, this is first part. Then angle B is corresponding to, here it is on second position, so here also it is, Q is on second position. It means this is corresponding to this because the triangles are congruent. Then angle C is corresponding to angle R. These are the three angles. Now come to the side. AB is corresponding to PQ. How you will write? AB, line segment AB is corresponding to PQ. Then side BC is corresponding to, side BC corresponds to QR because they are at same position. B and C are on second and third, and here also Q and R are on second and third. Now third side is AC is corresponding to PR. Okay, so these are the six corresponding parts of congruent triangle. So they are known as, or you can, in short, you can say them as CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles, and this you can apply only when the triangles are congruent. Okay, after that we have learned about congruence rule in triangles. So we have learned about four rules. In that we have learned first rule, that is SSS congruence rule. S stands for side, this also stands for side. Okay, it is side. Whenever, and it states that whenever three sides of one triangle are equal to three sides of another triangle, then we can say that triangles are congruent. Okay, side, side, side. It means all the sides of one triangle must be equal to all the sides of another triangle. Then we can say that the triangles are congruent by this rule. Okay, so as this side is equal to BC is equal to PQ, because there is one mark here and one mark here, so this is equal to this. This side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. Okay, so by SSS rule they are congruent. Now how you will write the name of the triangles in symbolic form? Okay, so first let us write the name of one triangle in any of the way. So let it be ABC is congruent to. Now I will write the name in symbolic form. So just consider the sides as the sides are given. AB. AB is equal to what? AB is equal to which side? AB is equal to PR. So at first and second position there must be PR or RP. So let it be PR. Okay, because AB is corresponding to PR. They are equal, so their position should be same. AB, PR, then come to BC. BC is equal to which side? BC is equal to PQ. So there must be PQ. But here P is at first. So I will interchange this. So let it be RP. Okay, I am changing the first one because this does not affect the first one. AB is equal to PR, or either you can write RP. Now BC is equal to what? BC is equal to PQ, and P is already here, so Q will be there. Okay, now let us check the third side. AC is remaining, so AC is equal to QR. So let us check this position. It is correct. So this is the symbolic form. Okay, the equal things, the equal sides or angles must be at same position. Okay, so this is SSS rule. It states that two triangles are congruent if the three sides of the one are equal to the three corresponding sides of the other triangle. Okay, after that we have learned about SAS congruence rule. It states that SAS, okay, SAS congruence rule. It states that two triangles are congruent if two sides and the angle included between them in one of the triangle are equal to the corresponding sides and the angle included between them of the another triangle. Okay, if we are having two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR, S stands for side, A stands for angle, S stands for side. Two sides and one angle, and angle must be included. If in two triangles, two sides and one angle, and angle must be included, of one triangle are equal to two sides and one included angle of another triangle, then we can say the triangles are congruent by SCS rule. So let us understand this with the diagram. We have two triangles in which BC is equal to PQ and AB is equal to this PR, and let it be this angle is equal to this. Okay, so they are congruent by this rule because two sides and the angle is included between the given sides, and here also this angle is included between these two sides. Okay, so two sides and one angles are equal in both the triangles, so they are congruent. How you will write the name in symbolic form? So write the name of first triangle in any order. Let it be ABC, triangle ABC. Now whenever the angles given, just fix the position of angles. Here B is equal to angle P, so B is at second position. So here also you have to write P because angle B and P are equal. So at second we have P. Okay, now come to the side AB. AB is at first and second, so let us take AB is equal to what? PR. P is already here second, so there must be R at first. And third one is BC. This is equal to BC is equal to, and they are at first, second and third. BC is equal to PQ. P is already here, so Q must be at third position. So this is the symbolic form in SAS congruence rule. Okay, remember that the angle must be included in SAS rule. Third one we have learned is ASA rule. ASA congruence rule. Okay, in this rule, two triangles are congruent. Two triangles, let it be A, B, C and PQR. Two triangles are congruent if two angles, let it be this angle is equal to this and this, having two marks. I have marked two arcs, so this is equal to this. Two angles and one included side. Included side, here the included side is this, and let this side is equal to this. So if two angles and one included side between them in one of the triangle are equal to corresponding two angles and one included side between them, then the triangles are congruent. Okay, A stands for angle, S stands for side and A stands for angle. It means there must be two equal angles and one equal side, and that must be bounded, that must be included side. So then we can say the triangles are congruent. Okay, so let us write the name in symbolic form. Now write the name of first triangle in any order. Now I am changing the order, let it be BCA. Okay, is congruent to. So whenever the angle is given, just fix the position of that angle. Okay, angle C is equal to angle R and C is at second position. So corresponding to C we have R, so R must be at second position. Now come to second angle. Angle A is equal to angle Q and A is at third position, so there must be Q at third position. And which one is left? Second is filled, third is filled, first position is left, which is of P. Now let us check the side. AC is at second and third is equal to QR. So we have Q and R at second and third. So this is your ASA rule and this is the symbolic form. Okay. Now the last rule that we have learned in congruence of triangle is RHS rule. Right, hypotenuse and side. RHS. R stands for right angle, H stands for hypotenuse and S stands for side. It means if in two triangles one of the angle is 90 degree and hypotenuse are equal and one of the side are equal, then we can say the triangles are congruent. So this congruence rule, that is RHS, states that in two right angled triangles, they are right angled triangles. These two right angled triangles are congruent if the hypotenuse is the side opposite to 90 degree and a leg of one of the triangle are equal. It means any of the side other than hypotenuse are equal to the hypotenuse and the corresponding leg of the another triangle. Okay, then we can say they are congruent by RHS rule. Okay, if in two right angle triangle, and this we can apply only in a right angled triangle, in two right angled triangle the hypotenuse and one of the side are equal to the hypotenuse and one side of another triangle, then we can say the triangles are congruent. Okay, so these two triangles are congruent by RHS rule. So let us write the name in symbolic form. So let us write the name in any order. That let it be CAB. CAB is congruent to. Now I will write the name in symbolic form. Now B, here B, at B there is 90 degree and in this triangle at Q there is 90. So B is at third position. So in this, corresponding to this triangle, we must have Q at third position because B and Q are equal and they are 90 degree. So the places of B and Q must be same. Now come to the side. CA is hypotenuse and that is at first and second position, and here PR is the hypotenuse. Okay, so I will write P and R at first and second. Now come, let us check the third one. BC is equal to QR. BC. BC is this one, first and third, sorry, last and first and last. BC is equal to QR. Okay, so there must be QR. I can't change the position of Q because there is a equal angle corresponding to it. So let it be R and P. Now the condition is satisfied. Now this is the symbolic form, that is RPQ. Okay, so this is the symbolic form in RHS congruence rule. Okay, now one more thing I want to discuss, that is about AAA congruence rule of two triangles. Now listen, there is no such thing as AAA congruence of two triangles. We don't have this rule, that is AAA congruence rule. Why? Because two triangles with equal corresponding angles, if the triangles have all the angles equal, okay, if two triangles have all the angles equal, need not to be congruent. In such a correspondence, one of them can be enlarged copy of the other. Okay, they would be congruent only if they are exact copy of each other. They would be congruent if they are exact copy of each other. So there is no such type of rule, that is AAA congruence rule, because whenever all the angles are equal, it does not say that the size are also equal. It may be enlarged size. Okay, so in this condition, so there is no rule of AAA congruence. They would be only congruent if they are exact copies of one another. Okay, this is the last point given in your summary of NCERT, that is point number 10. Okay, there is no such thing as AAA congruence of two triangles. So students, your homework is you have to do the assignment of this chapter, that is uploaded on EduQuark, and you have to prepare for the test also, that is to be held on 3rd of November, that is on Tuesday. Okay, and you have to practice the questions that are given in try these also. Okay, so this is summary lecture, and this is all about like chapter number 7. Thank you so much.